Hello and welcome to UHS News. I'm Ashlyn Barcheck. Joining us today is 2016 graduate Benjamin Wilson. During his time at UHS, Ben was a member of the football, basketball, and track teams. He was also voted Best Personality, Most Athletic, and Best Smile by his senior classmates. Ben attended Penn State Fayette, the Eberly campus, for 2 years after high school. He is currently a junior at Penn State University Park. Ben, thanks for visiting us today.
Thanks for having me.
So what is your major?
My major is biobehavioral health. So basically I'll be a public health professional going to different communities and different hospitals, looking at like different types of environments and different things that could cause like diseases or sicknesses and figure out ways to prevent that from happening.
That's awesome. And did you always plan on doing that, or did you end up changing your major?
I ended up changing my major 3 times actually in my course at Penn State between Fayette and main campus. So when I first applied to Fayette, my major was nursing. My uncle's a nurse, so he kind of inspired me to be a nurse. But I didn't see myself working in just a hospital setting solely alone. So I changed it to kinesiology, and I was going to do physical therapy. But my grades really didn't work out the way I wanted them to for that major, and it's more strict at the main campus. So I switched to BBH, biobehavioral health, and that's been working out for me well. I'm actually going to do research this semester with one of my professors. And so that's where I'm at now.
What position do you play on the football team?
I play wide receiver. In high school, I played wide receiver and free safety, but you can only do one in college, so I played wide receiver.
Nice. So what is the atmosphere like at Happy Valley for a football game?
It's unreal. It's unreal. That's all I can describe it as right now. The whiteout game is probably the most notable, most memorable game that I can just think of, running out in front of 107,000 people all screaming, all in white, fireworks going off and just the band booming. Mm-hmm. It's a once in a lifetime experience. And hopefully some students could come up and see a game or two. But it's a nice community, it's a nice setting. It's just breathtaking.
In high school, did you ever imagine yourself being a football player at Penn State?
I did not. As an athlete, you always try and push yourself to your highest limit, and it's always a dream to play a Division I sport, any Division I sport for any school really. To play in college really is just a blessing, So, coming out of high school as a senior, I did not expect myself to be where I'm at today. But a lot of hard work and dedication and ups and downs and prayer, just has helped me got to where I am today, and I'm just blessed and thankful for it.
Awesome. So how did you get the opportunity to go to Penn State, Maine in order to play football?
So it all started at Penn State Fayette, really. They have a program up there where you can do the 2 and 2. So I did 2 years there, and then you can do 2 years at main campus. But I was in a weird situation because I also played. I left Fayette and went to Fairmont in West Virginia, but that didn't work out. So I came back to Fayette and then went to main campus. So I always wanted to play football. I played different sports at Fayette. I ran cross country. I did track and field. I did basketball up there as well. So just to keep myself busy. Mm-hmm. But I didn't really want to stay at Fayette anymore, so I decided just to go up to main campus just for school. So I went up for school, and they have walk-on tryouts, and I was just like, whatever happens, it'd be just fun to go and try and see the facilities and whatnot. I really didn't have an intention on actually making the team. So I went out, tried out. I didn't make it the first time. I tried out twice. So, I just kept training. I was like, I'll try it again. Why not? So kept training, kept praying and, wishing for stuff to happen. And I was blessed they brought me on the team. And it's gone from there. So
that's great. So what does a week in your life look like between classes and football training and everything?
Very tedious. Very tedious. So My first class starts at 8 p.m. or 8 p.m., 8 a.m. And from there, I'll go to class from like 8 to like noonish. Then you grab a bite to eat for like an hour. And then it's on to football. So we usually have all of our classes, all 4 classes, or depending on how many credits you have, all before practice. So you'll take your 4 classes, you'll end at maybe noon or like 2. Then team meeting will start at around 2:45, 3 o'clock. But before team meeting, you're going to eat, you're going to get ready for the team meeting, you're going to get dressed and stuff like that. And then from about 2:45 to maybe about 4 or 5 o'clock is just all individual meetings. So like wide receivers, quarterbacks, DNs, all that stuff. So we're in meetings for a good 2.5 hours before practice. So after meetings, you go out and then you practice for about 2 hours, from probably like 5 to 7-ish, something like that. And then after practice, you shower up. We have training table where we go and eat from 7 to like 8:30-ish. Then 8:30-ish to about 10, we have mandatory study hall where you're required to get as many hours as you need. I get like 12 a week just because, that's good for me as a student to help me get my grades. So my days will probably range from like 7 to 11 at night just with school and football.
Wow, that's a lot.
All day, yes.
Nice. What is your most memorable football moment aside from the whiteout game?
Being told that I would be on the team. I actually ran out of the the facility when they told me, because I didn't believe it myself, so I just ran out and I was like, I was hyped, let's go. I called my mom. That was the first person I called. I'm like, Mom. She thought something was wrong. She was like, what? I'm like, I made the team. And then
that's so exciting.
It was a good moment. So that was definitely top 2 moments.
Nice. Do you have any advice for students wanting to play a sport in college?
Wanting to play a sport in college, it's a lot of dedication. It's a lot of hard work. It does not come easy. I know, especially like in this area, there's not a lot of promotion of our sports. Uniontown, whether it be Uniontown, whether it be LH or AG, or any school district in the area, there's not a lot of promotion of our sports. But it is a blessing to play the sport. So if I would have any advice, it would be, if you want to play a sport, have your grades and your academics on point for sure. Because at the end of the day, if you get hurt or sports don't work out, you have your academics. For me, that was my key to going to main campus. Because transferring from Fayette to main campus, if I didn't have the grades to transfer up there, there was no way I would have gone to Penn State or made the team.
Right.
So, I don't think, especially in high school, we get comfortable and, everybody, all the teachers and stuff are always like, what are your grades like? But at the end of the day, the grades is what makes the athlete, So especially like Coach Franklin and all of our academic advisors and stuff, they're on our grades 100% of the time. Like if you're not doing what you're supposed to do in the classroom, there's no way that you're going to play on the field or on the court or anything, or in the pool, whatever. Grades are number 1 priority.
That's awesome. What is one of the main advantages to being at a bigger school like Penn State, Maine, as opposed to Fayette campus?
Exposure. There's a lot of growing up that I've done since getting out of the area. Just meeting different people from around the world, from around the country, just different people with different backgrounds, different stories, and just getting to know what the world can actually be, what the world actually is, other than little old Fayette County, little old Uniontown. So just being able to adapt to different people, to different outcomes and situations, has really just helped me grow as a student, as an athlete, just as a man too in general. So that's one of the main, there's a couple of the main advantages to going to a bigger campus instead of like staying in Fayette County.
So what do you miss most about high school, and if you could come back, what would you change?
What I miss most about high school are the basketball games, really. Those were some of my favorite times. It was where I made some of the best friends, or just in sports in general, really. Like I said, I played multiple sports here, so all of my friendships, well, not all of them, but most of them have come through the extracurricular activities I did, through sports, through band, Tomahawk Talk, Upper Bound, just all of the things that I were in just helped me make lifelong connections. What was the other one? If I could come back, what would I change?
Yeah.
If I could come back and change one thing, it would be probably the amount of pride that students take in what they do. Just as a student, as an athlete, just as a figure of Fayette County, really take pride in what you do and everything that you do, whether it be sports, if you're working at a restaurant, you're mopping the floor, whatever, just whatever you do, if you're putting your name on it and somebody knows you for, what you're doing, take pride in it, because it's not only affecting you, it's affecting others that's coming after you and those that have been before you. So that's one thing I'll change.
Nice.
It's been a minute since I've opened my yearbook, to be honest. I haven't opened it since I've graduated high school. I'm not gonna lie, but here we go.
Lots of memories.
Lots of memories. What's the first tag? Okay. This one. All right. Okay, the individual senior pictures.
So you guys didn't have senior quotes.
We didn't have senior quotes.
If you did, do you think it would be really cheesy or something?
It probably would have been
fun?
cheesy. Definitely really cheesy, because I was kind of corny in high school.
Nice.
But it would have definitely been cheesy. I don't know what it would have been, but I probably would have been embarrassed by it now, but it's all good. So, do I show the camera? Yes. Okay. So that's me. I was growing my hair out at the time. You can see how long it is now, My mom did not want me to grow my hair out at all. She thought I looked like an old man or something, but I don't know. I just wanted to grow my hair out. But in contrast to that, I wore purple in my senior picture, purple shirt and tie. But that's her favorite color, purple. So that's when I wore it. I was just like, if she ever looks at my picture again, she'll see I'm in purple, and she likes that color. So
Get over your haircut.
get over the haircut, at least. Yeah, oh, you look good in purple. So. Next one.
Baby pictures.
Oh my goodness. I forgot she put the baby picture in here. What was it? Oh, okay. So that's the baby picture. I don't know much of this baby picture. I don't know where it came from, but I know I was fat when I was a baby. My mom said I busted out my diapers, so that's why she had to potty train me because I couldn't fit diapers anymore.
Nice.
So I had chubby cheeks and everything.
That's hilarious.
But, yeah. All right, best personality. Okay. Best personality pick, me and my bestie Lexus Wobble. Most athletic, Me and Lexi again, this is what we do, you feel me? Lexi was a cross country and track and dance phenomena. There was no way I probably could have ran cross country in high school, but it was cross country at the same time as football, so I wouldn't have been able to do it. But if I would have, I probably would have died, I'm not gonna lie. Coach Joe Carey, I ran for him at Fayette, and that hurt. I'm just gonna laugh. I mean, we won the championship, but it hurt.
Congratulations.
A lot. Thank you. High school, I played football, basketball, track and field, and I was in the band. Freshman year, I also swam too. So that was
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that was a fiasco. I'm not gonna lie to you. It was fun, but
That's a lot.
Yeah. Best smile, me and Maria Pierce. Maria Pierce still has a nice smile. I'm not gonna lie. I talk to her from time to time. I don't know. She's always just a good soul. She's always just smiling around everybody. So I guess I don't know. My smile is pretty. You know what I'm saying? You gotta put a little ding.
Little
for me.
sparkly.
Little sparkle there. You put it. What's next? This is crazy. And the good thing about the yearbook is like, when you like flip through and stuff, because like, I don't know, I feel old now. Like when you flip through and stuff, like even the juniors and sophomores and freshmen and everybody, like you can look back at it, it's like, wow, I do remember her. Like, how was she doing? How was he doing? You know what I'm saying? Just, I don't know, it gives me like a sense of like community. Like I've always been big on, just like I said, like pride and community, just taking pride in everything I do. So this was the senior football picture. This was a group of guys. It's crazy. So I was number 12, right here, trying to look mean. I'm not really mean.
I don't think
at
that
all.
could ever work.
I don't know. My mom always yells at me for not smiling. So, Mom, you won that one, because I don't look good. I don't look good. Just people in the yearbook.
Virginia.
Miss Virginia. And speaking of my mother, she was actually on the boosters. So that's my mom, Miss Muriel. Make sure you call her Miss Muriel if you see her, 'cause she's big on respect, you know. Oh, you guys should bring up the respect video too. You remember when we did the respect video for, what you call it? Coach Toon. I got to go see him. And then, yeah, it was fun. I mean, a lot of people, I'm gonna get in my bag a little bit, I'm not gonna lie. A lot of people, they always harp, or they always, you know, try and play like the football team down for always not having the best record. But what I've come to learn from playing football at Uniontown is that as long as you have hard work and as long as you like pour your soul into what you do, then there's no way you can lose. Like no matter what your record is, or like what people deem, you know, as a good record or whatever. I had a lot of fun with these guys, and I learned a lot of life lessons from just the majority of the coaches that I had, from the experience, just going different places and seeing different schools. I learned a lot of lessons. And the biggest lesson really was taking an L, believe it or not, because in life you're always going to have ups and downs.
Right.
You're always going to have to take, you know, some L's on the chin and roll with it.
Did you guys win a decent amount of games while you were in high school?
We did not. We didn't. But I'm thankful that we didn't, because it taught me how to lose but not be a loser, if that makes sense. You know, because, I mean, everybody could give up after a loss. You know, everybody can, you know, just throw the towel in,
Frustrated.
call it a day. But, you know, with us, I mean, was it always sunshine and roses? No. But, you know, we had fun with what we were doing, and we made a brotherhood, you know. So I still talk to a good amount of these guys that I played football with. So, I don't know. That's my soapbox for that one.
Nice.
We're in the middle of Spirit Week as both girls and
I'm reading right off the
basketball
teleprompter,
round out
like-
their seasons by playing our crosstown rival Lower Highlands.
I'm all nervous.
The swimming and diving teams have 2 meets this week against Baldwin and East Allegheny. Wish them luck.
And there's Joel.
Congratulations to Maeve Carey, Rachel Van Osmond, Elizabeth Klingensmith,
You look very
Alexandra
professional.
Meadows, Riley Lavander, Valerie Grimes,
I'm trying to
Paula
pronounce
Rader,
like all of my
Jonathan
words
Shelton,
right.
Chase Bowen,
Yeah.
Pronounce all of my
Riley
R's and
Gillen,
T's.
all qualified students.
It's hard.
There will be a pep rally to honor our winter sports athletes at the end of the day Friday. Make sure that you participate and wear your maroon and white.
The game should be lit,
It's my like.
especially since the win
Did
will
you just see you
advance
dab?
I think me and Joe planned that actually.
But I think
I'm
that my
thinking
senior
about
year is going pretty
Should
good.
be lit.
We are already more than halfway through. Tomahawk Talk staff member Emily Clinton asked a few students that think if the school year has gone by, they can ride.
That's funny. Yeah, I think me and Joe planned the dab, and then
It's funny.
I didn't realize like how deep my voice like was, even in high school. That's crazy. That's wild. That's funny.
Watching you run back onto the football field on Friday nights to play in drumline. How was that?
It was fun. Like everybody thought I was weird for it, but they didn't. I don't care. I liked it. I just threw my drum harness like over my shoulder, over my
Yeah.
pads, and just went out there. I mean, like I said, we didn't really run a lot, so it's like it was fun, especially like for my senior year, because like I always wanted to be in the drum line. So it was nice. It was nice.
So we have something. Give it a second. Pregame and stuff?
I did. I can't remember all of them.
Oh, it's
Da, 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 da.
Yep. Yep. That's it.
Have you played at all since you
I have
last
not.
in high school?
Nope.
Playing? Okay, rapid fire.
All right, bet.
Quick question.
All right.
If you could describe UHS in one word, what would it be?
Fun.
If you could describe Penn State in one word, what would it be?
Tiring.
Whenever the diner's closed, where's the best late night place to eat at Penn State?
Club McDonald's.
You get to pick the bowl game. Which one would you most want to go to?
A bowl game? Rose Bowl. Or championship. Duh. Rose Bowl.
The Creamery. Which flavor is your go-to?
Peachy Paterno.
It has been a pleasure talking with you today. Thank you for coming back to UHS, and thanks for joining us today on Tomahawk Talk.
Thanks for having me. It's been fun.